Hello, Sherry here with Interactive Savvy. Today we're going to talk a little bit about email marketing campaigns and understanding the statistics when you use an email marketing campaign platform. A lot of clients that I work with are not sure what platforms might be work for them. A lot of them are actually just doing kind of one-off emails through Outlook, things similar like that. You really don't want to do that. If you happen to end up with a lot of spam complaints for some reason, you can actually end up getting your IP address blacklisted, and if it's the same IP address that your website perhaps is on, you can end up running into quite a few problems with both people being able to view your website and actually being able to send even just individual emails to people. So you really don't want to use Outlook or something like that for kind of mass email marketing. You really want to use an appropriate platform for that. An appropriate platform might be something like Constant Contact is pretty popular. There's similar programs like MailChimp. MailChimp is actually pretty inexpensive to get started if you have a small list or you're just starting out. So that a lot of times is a good option for people, and it's also very user friendly. Um, there's some other ones like Aweber, SwiftPage, iContact, so there's quite a few options, and it's best to use something like that because aside from just really kind of helping with spam and things like that, it also gives you statistics. So you can actually see, what happened with the email that you sent out and who opened, who clicked, what emails maybe didn't go through. So those are all statistics that are really helpful with your marketing and understanding what people are doing with your email. So using this as an example, I'm actually in Constant Contact and we're going to look at an email that we sent out back in November. So if I go to reports and I'm under the email tab here in Constant Contact, there's an email here that we sent out back in November. It was actually an invitation for a holiday party. We sent it to 324 people, and then here you start to have some of your statistics. So if you look up here, it tells you what the statistics are for. So the first column here is bounces. Bounces, or a bounce rate, which would be the percentage, is the emails that did not go through. There's a couple of different reasons for that. It could be something like, somebody's autoresponder was on, maybe they're on vacation, somebody's email box is full. Things like that are considered a soft bounce. So it's not actually a bad email address, it just for some reason couldn't get through. So in an event like that, Constant Contact would actually try to send to that email again. If it is flat out just a bad address and it's just not going through because the address doesn't exist anymore, that's called a hard bounce, and Constant Contact, once a hard bounce happens, will not ever try to send to that email again within your account. So that's how bounces work, and you can actually you should be able to, in most email platforms, actually click on the bounce rate or the bounce percentage and actually get a list of the specific emails that bounced. So if you wanted to go and follow up with people and contact people by phone or individually by email, if you have a different email address, and say, hey, we tried to send an email, your email bounced, is there a new email to send to you at? It can be a good way to follow up with people and give you a good reason to get in touch with them. The next stat here is spam reports, and luckily here we have none. You definitely want to see that as low as possible, preferably none is good. A lot of the email marketing platform providers will actually penalize you if you have very much spam reports going on. Some are more strict than others. Constant Contact is actually one of the more lenient ones. So if you are working with a list that perhaps is an older list, a list that maybe you haven't sent to in quite a while or haven't sent to regularly or frequently, Constant Contact I've found in personal experience is a pretty good one to try and clean up the lists. A lot of the other email providers, such as MailChimp, and especially if you're using an Infusionsoft, are extremely strict with spam. Infusionsoft allows you one spam complaint per 1,000 emails sent, and if you get more than that, they will lock your account down and make you go to what they call traffic school. And you will actually have to take quizzes and understand what spam means and how people should be opting in. So there are providers that take that extremely seriously and are very strict about it. So you need to keep that in mind when deciding what program may be the best fit for you. The next statistic here is opt-outs. So this would actually show you if someone that received the email chose to opt out. Again, thankfully we have none here, so that's good. And again, you could, click on those and see who specifically that was. The next thing here is opens. This is definitely one that you want to, the higher the better. You want as many people as possible opening the email. So in this case, we actually have 56%, which is a really good open rate. And again, with a good provider, you should be able to actually view specifically who opened. So now this starts to feed into your sales funnel as far as, who may be a pretty good lead to follow up with. If someone's interested enough to open the email and read it, they're possibly interested in what you're sending or what the message is, and that could be a potential good lead to follow up with. What would kind of elevate that to the next level is here you have clicks, and it's showing here we have a 10% click. It's called a click-through rate, which is actually, again, 10% is quite good. So of the 159 people here, or the 56% that opened the email, 16 of them, or 10%, actually clicked on the link in the email, which happened to be the invitation to the event. So again, this kind of raises that lead prospecting to the next level. I mean, in this case, it specifically was for an event that they were RSVPing to. But if it was some other type of offer, if you were offering, 10% off or something like that, where you're offering some kind of special thing or inviting them to go to a special landing page, at this point, you now can see specifically who clicked, which email addresses clicked on that link. And that gives you, like, these 16 people, those are the top 16 people that you absolutely want to follow up with, because they not only were interested enough to open the email and just read it, they actually clicked on the link. So these statistics are super important for helping with your marketing efforts and your sales funnel, and can really make that process, much more streamlined for you and help you decide and determine, where your focus is best spent. So aside from just spam issues, that's another really great reason to use a reputable email marketing system. Hopefully that gave you a few tips on getting started with email marketing if you're not already. And if you have any other questions or need a little bit of direction on what program might be the best fit for you, feel free to drop us a note on the contact page. Thanks so much.